Welcome to the Pirate Broadcast, where we interview interesting people doing interesting things, where you can expand your connections, your community. Kindness is cool and smiles are free. And let's get this party started. And it's another beautiful day for the Pirate Broadcast, and we're here interviewing interesting people doing interesting things. And today I have someone in the room that I'm really passionate about talking to, because we're both live streaming, creating content, helping people, and reaching out and engaging with our community. So, LT, what's going on today?
Just woke up early to come hang out with you.
Well, I appreciate the fact that you're here today and you're hanging out with us. And I just really thought it was fascinating because we met through StreamYard, and we're StreamYard producers. We produce shows for other people and just put that out there. And Marissa connected us and we got involved in this community. And I really think that this is something that's going to take off. And I just kind of wanted to check in with you, see what your experience is and see what you're going through and see what you're looking toward, building in the next step. So walk us through how you got into live streaming and what your journey's been so far.
Okay, so I've been in a hobby of mine's always been photography, videography, and I've just dabbled with it, right? Just kind of documenting family trips and just just ordinary life and trying to up my game as far as production goes, lighting, equipment and things like that. And then I decided to niche down in January when I was like, okay, I think I'm ready to go for it. You know how you got to find the niche, right?
Yeah.
The niche kind of found me in a weird way. And so I decided to niche down with recovery and help people who are, struggling with drugs and alcohol or in need of support for drugs and alcohol. And then COVID hit in April, March, right? End of May, April, March. And all the AA meetings, NA meetings got shut down. So I decided, hey, I'm going to go live. I went live at the end of March or April, I think it was. And people started tuning in just because they needed support. The worst thing for a drug addict or an alcoholic is to be isolated.
Right.
And we went 130 streams in a row every single night at 8:00 for 130 streams. So
wow.
That's what got me into live streaming. And I just haven't looked back since.
Wow. And you found you enjoyed it?
Love it. Yeah. I love the interaction. To know that I have friends now in Australia or the UK that I could literally, hey, I'm on my way, and they would pick me up from the airport and I would have a place to stay. It's phenomenal.
That's about the coolest thing I've ever thought about.
Yeah.
And, for years I've been teaching technology and involving people in the idea that you are the media. You have the ability and the opportunity to actually pick up your phone, live stream, or create a podcast or create content in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
And it's always fascinating to me to think how liberating it is to create friendships. And in fact, I just had an email from somebody in Australia this morning, coming
awesome.
back. It's like, hey, what do you want to, who can I introduce you to? And it's, it's amazing. And it's a fascinating opportunity. And I love the fact that you're streaming for recovery. It's also a fun fact, everyone, is that LT and I, we grew up in the same neighborhood, kind of.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. And we found out through, conversation that it was like, okay, we know the same places. So the other side of live streaming and the other side of being connected online is discovering those common threads that allow us to be, connected in some way. So is that something that you gravitate toward, or you have experienced over and over again?
Yeah, I noticed that people, even though they may be located in different parts of the country, we're all very similar.
Yeah.
And we have a lot in common, especially in the recovery community, which is really cool because once somebody's in recovery, it's just an instant bond. The small talk cliches of life, how's the weather talk is just kind of out the door, and it's right to the nitty gritty of just deep, honest, open conversation. And that's one thing I've loved about it. I mean, right now, us being streamers, we have a connection on a level that, most people that meet each other don't, and we just kind of understand things,
Yeah, like when bandwidth goes away.
Yeah.
I want to cry when bandwidth goes away. It's like, okay. I just really, appreciate you and the fact that we're connected in this way.
Me too.
And I see, I mean, I'm streaming and producing shows for other people already right now. I did a really, I think it was a big event. It was like one of these, it was an organization that had been established in the 30s.
Oh, wow.
In the oil and gas industry in Houston, old money, old industry, everything else. And all of a sudden they're streaming to the world. And up in the comments, they're popping, all people. I'm from, Australia, Iraq, Africa, I mean, literally all country after country after country after country. And I'm just looking at this going, wow, this is very cool. Yeah. This is how conversations start with individuals around the world and around the country. So it's really one of those things that you have to appreciate and understand that we have the power to make those connections. And it's just super simple technology. I know you have and Mark Lacour, here's the man himself. And it was so cool. It was very cool. It was very cool, Mark. And Mark. LT and I are here. We're doing the same kind of thing and making sure that people have an opportunity to get involved in the conversation. And it's one of those things that we really have to think about and say, okay, how much further can we take it? Mm-hmm. So LT, what do you see on the horizon for you and producing and the production side of
I haven't had the opportunity to actually produce other than, so I work at two different IOPs, and the one I'm located in my office, the studio is upstairs at an IOP. Mm-hmm. So
now for those that don't know, IOP is
intense outpatient programs for suffering addicts or people who are trying to get clean. And they have a podcast every Saturday morning, and I produce that. Just, I'm in-house right behind the scenes, just sitting over here at my desk, producing it for them. But I haven't had the opportunity yet to really do what you've done. So I'm still waiting for that.
It'll happen. Oh, yeah. Mark Lacour says, "What's up, LT?
What's going on, Mark? How you doing, brother?"
Mark is an amazing individual in Houston that's doing a lot of great work. He has the largest podcast in the oil and gas industry. Oh, his network reaches out to millions of people, and they have, I don't know, 1.5 million downloads coming up on 1.5 million downloads. So
wow, that's very good.
That's the joy and the beauty of being able to reach out and make a difference in people's lives. And with you in the recovery sector, I have to believe that right now, especially, it's needed and necessary. So how frequent is your schedule? Are you still going every night?
No, I had to scale it back because I want to impact locally as well as globally. So we went as soon as I got hired here at this IOP that I'm working at. We went to 4 days a week. So I live stream Sunday night, Tuesday nights, and Thursday nights, and then Saturday mornings. Okay. Which is still 4. And then I have other platforms that we join. I know you can see them on my little sign back there: YouTube, Facebook, and Discord. And I call it Recovery in Your Pocket because I have moderators set up in each time zone that if you're in America and it's 2 a.m. and you're struggling, you think you might need relapse or something, you get on there and just say, hey, I need support. And this app's set up so genius. I didn't develop the app or nothing, but just utilizing it. Somebody in Australia, good day, mate. What's going on? How can I help you?
Yeah, no, nice.
And vice versa. We're up for them, and it's just a constant support. And right now, with the times the way they are, just the election, the riots, the COVID, everything's just unknown. And just to know that you got a friend, because a lot of times maybe you can't reach somebody locally,
Yeah.
but there's always somebody available here. And that's kind of what I'm trying to establish, is just on the spot support for anybody in need anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
On top of what I'm doing here in Ogden.
Yeah. That's a beautiful way of making connections and helping others in a real impactful way.
Yeah. Everybody's affected some way or another, knows somebody, that have been affected by drugs and alcohol. And so I'm here for that.
Yeah. Actually, we have 11 different oil and gas podcasts.
Whoa.
11. Count
Is there
them.
that much to talk
11.
about with oil and gas?
Yes, there is.
That's crazy.
He's a powerhouse.
Yeah, check that out.
Love you, man. So Hyatt Ives, here another Houston. I used to live in Houston, so it's interesting. So better late than never. Great to park on the Pirate Network. Good morning, Hyatt. How you doing? I owe you an email because I saw you sent me an email where I didn't have. You lost my number, so I'll reach out to you and send you a message and let you know what my number is. So it's and there's Nick Gimmel. Hey, Nick, I owe you a shout out. Give a shout out to Nick because he sent me some sweatshirts, and he has the he has a show, a podcast. He has a network of individuals. I should grab that. I should grab it real quick. Let me grab that. Hold on. I got to do this.
Pirate Broadcast. This is a cool podcast.
So, Nick, thank you so much for this. I got this. I'll put this up here. Pipe Dream Solution. So he sent me this, and he hasn't been drinking for a while. So
interesting.
Nick, you and LT should connect and
would love to
swap stories.
Definitely. I'd love to have you on the show too. We could come be a guest on my podcast.
Yeah, be a guest on LT's show. Get the Pipe Dream Solution out there.
Heck yeah, so, I'm down. I always love, I guess, collaborating in a sense, but just to get to know new people and new areas of life. And
it's really great. And he says, "Hell yeah, brother."
Yeah, let's do it. One of my dreams for retirement, I guess you could say, if that's a thing.
Nick said a year and a half. So
year and a half. Oh, nice. I just got a year. I'm on about a year and a half as well. Good job, man. It's not easy living life on life's terms.
Yeah. So what's your dream for retirement?
So I guess mini retirement, but kind of one of my dreams with this digital thing is once the kids are out of the house, I got a couple kids, that my wife and I could sell the house. All we have to do is take the studio anywhere in the world we want, set up. If we got Wi-Fi, we're good. We can still do our live streams and, live 6 months in Scotland, go to India for 6 months and stay there, That's kind of one of the dreams.
That would be awesome. And
it's funny because it's not realistic, it's a possibility. That's like literally a possibility.
Oh, totally possible. Absolutely possible.
It's so amazing about the internet.
And the tools, Dan and Gage, the founders of StreamYard, which we both produce for, are amazing individuals that have produced this software. And for people that aren't familiar with live streaming and the software and some of the requirements that are involved with it, this software is one of the easiest softwares to access for guests and people that are not as technical because it's a browser-based tool. And so it allows more people access to the technology without a lot of hassle, a lot of, overhead in terms of what has to be done from the technology perspective. And I see this as, building smaller communities, more niche communities around different subjects all over. And I love the idea of taking, say, for instance, a real estate broker
Mm.
and building neighborhood communities around a platform like this, and encouraging them to go out and, talk to different companies and business owners around the community, and just, all of a sudden you could just all pitch in and produce a show and be very cost effective. So if you need a show, or you want a show, or you want to talk about a show, book some time with LT or I,
Yeah.
and make sure that you have an opportunity to share your voice and share your message. And that's the way I look at it. It's like, okay, anybody anywhere in the world can actually put a show together. And if you don't want to deal with the technology, there are people out there like us that we love this technology, and we can put it together for you.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So if you wanted to go to Scotland and put a show together for somebody, you could do it.
exactly.
I was live
Yeah.
streaming a show from Houston yesterday. So
Oh, really?
yeah.
You have to send me a link next time you do one of your shows. I'd like to watch, just to
Yeah.
fly on the wall and see how it goes.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, if you go to oggn.com/events, you can watch the replay from yesterday.
Oh, okay. oggn.com.
Yeah. I hope you saw that, Mark. I set up a link to the replay, but it's on LinkedIn Live, because it was streaming from LinkedIn. But
yeah, so back in April when I decided to go live, I was looking at all the live software, and you got OBS and all the others, and it's just I tried with OBS, and it's so complicated. I was just like, and then you look at the gamers, compared to what a podcaster like you and I do. We don't care about oh, yay, somebody liked the stream. Oh, somebody sent stars and all this just craziness you got to have going on.
Oh, yeah.
StreamYard is just so simple. Boom, you get what you get, and it's clean, simple to use, and
yeah,
I love it. I mean, for a guest, because a lot of times people aren't as technologically savvy as, guys like you and I, and to fumble around and try to enter the stream is difficult, but StreamYard's made it so simple. So you can really just have a nice show with somebody with great content. So simple.
Yeah. It's ease of use is really important, I think, especially if you're having guests on, because not every guest knows how to navigate the technology. So I've had some people that are very non-technical, and just open up a browser and click on a link and open up. It's like, okay, I'm there. Give me access to my camera and my microphone, and all of a sudden you're in the room.
Yeah.
That's like magic. So what do you see happening for the future of streaming from your side?
Man, I don't know. I have my what do you want to call it? Sticks in the fire, whatever what that term is.
Yeah. Irons in the fire.
Yeah, irons in the fire. That I could go like right now, because I could become a counselor and work at IOPs. The IOP that I'm currently in here, this could blow up. We're building a huge, and through video and live streams, we're building a huge online lesson to become life coaches, and to be able to actually, if you once this course is finished, you purchased it, you would be able to open up a business of your own and do what we're doing here. And then my live streams and recovering addict and videos just on my end, the viewership, how YouTube can blow up and things like that. Mm-hmm. And then the videography and production side of things is another way that I've been handling photography and videos for a lot of other people, more than just live streams. So I'm not sure at this point. I'm kind of at a triple crossroad of it could go any direction. I don't know if I just need to just nail it down and become a businessman and teach people to do these things and then handle it there, or just tackle one of them and do it well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm kind of at a crossroad, and I'm loving the process. I don't think I'll ever arrive at anything. And if I do arrive, then I'll probably just jump to something else. So I'm not quite sure yet.
That's a great topic to talk about and expand on, because what LT is really thinking is exactly what I'm thinking. Because I have so many interests, right?
Yeah.
So you have to decide, okay, well, I enjoy doing this, and if I turn it into a job, will I learn to hate it?
Right.
Or will it become or will it start to feel like work? And then, because like right now, I just love it. And for me, I'm coming up on 300 episodes.
Wow.
So 300 episodes. I'm only doing 5 days a week. I'm not doing 7 days a week like you were doing. However, it's one of those things that I wake up in the morning, same time every day. It kind of, I wake up with gratitude. I, make sure that everything works and I can breathe and walk and everything like that. And all of a sudden, I get to live stream and talk to somebody interesting and have a great conversation. And all of a sudden my day's set,
It's a great
my
way to start
attitude's
your day.
adjusted. My mind is in alignment. And the conversations that I can have as a result of this is very important to me. It's critical to my future. So I love helping other people, and I love the opportunity to assist in the growth of other people and expanding their message. So
me too. A little backstory on me. I was, Hill Air Force Base, right?
Yep.
I was working there. I was there for 10 years, federal civilian servant. I worked on F-22s as a sheet metal mechanic, promoted, climbed the ladder. I was in the F-35 program, production controller there, making good money.
Yeah.
And that's what I was. And at this point, videography and film and all that stuff was a hobby, like you said.
Right.
And just about 3.5 months ago, I got my 10-year federal service pin. You get a little plaque and all that kind of stuff. Good job. Thank you for your service for 10 years. That exact same day, I got my resignation papers. I put in my resignation and jumped from a great paying job, government jobs, right?
Yeah.
Great paying jobs to do what I'm doing right now, just because I love what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
And so my hobby has now turned into my livelihood, but it's not my livelihood anymore. Have you heard that song? Hey, I'm on vacation every single day because I love my occupation. That is like my theme song now.
I haven't heard that song.
Oh, it's a great.
You have to send me. And that's exactly, you're spot on. If you are doing what you enjoy, which I do, it doesn't really feel like work.
Right.
It feels like something meaningful, impactful, and everything that goes along with that. And I just really feel that there's, I mean, that to me is the idea of success. If you can do what you enjoy and you can, I mean, people think they want to make a lot of money, and making a lot of money solves a lot of problems. However, it brings along a lot of other challenges as well.
Agreed. I'm same page with you right there.
Yeah. And so knowing that I can get up and kind of move my own schedule around and do some things that I love and enjoy and help other people brings me a lot more joy than some other activities that I could do. So,
oh yeah, I took a $75,000 a year pay cut. Money's nothing. Happiness is way more valuable.
Yeah. And the people around you recognize that too. So,
oh yeah.
And not everybody understands it though.
No.
Not everybody, because when you're, and I think you could do both. I know that you can do both. I've seen people learn how to navigate those waters, and I think you can have both. I'm not excluding that. It's like you don't have to be poor to be happy, and you don't have to be rich to be unhappy. So,
right.
Just put that out there.
I agree.
I plan on continuing to grow my network and my business and be successul. So,
oh, for sure. Me too.
Yeah.
It's not our main focus anymore. Go ahead.
Jess is in the house today early.
Hey, Marissa. Well, good morning.
Hey, you have to decide if you like being on camera or behind the camera. Both are needed and both have different paths.
So true.
That is absolutely true. Absolutely true. And then Mark asked a question earlier.
I was going to say, I always tell people real quick that I look better behind the camera.
I have a voice for radio. I have a face for radio. Right? Question: have you two thought about the combination of live streaming and wearables? Absolutely, Mark. I believe I'm slowly building my kit together to where I could pick up at a moment's notice, pick up my kit as I call it, and go anywhere in the world and shoot at least a 2 or 3 camera event and make it very happy and professional. So that's my goal is that, and that's my mission is, and we, Mark, you saw what is possible yesterday. So, Trey did an excellent job. He had 3 cameras at the event, multiple mics, panelists, slide show, everything was in place. So it was I thought it was a very successful example of what is possible. So, and then Gabriel's in the house. He live streamed. He has the Made from Scratch broadcast. He does every night as well. Gabriel's an awesome individual you need to connect to with LT.
Yeah, if you guys want to connect with me, you can go to this. You can see my website above here, recoveringaddict.org. In the bottom, there's a little way you can email me. My phone number's on there. Shoot me a text. However, Gabriel, you want to connect, you can just shoot me a message. I always tell everybody we're on multiple platforms, but when you send it to me, it all comes to this device. So
yeah,
choose one and hook up. We'll connect for sure.
Hyatt says, LT, and where you are, RE roads to travel need to focus down, not what. Now it's now a question of which is to most rewarding and consequential. Yeah. I mean, you have to put some thought into it. And Nick's on the same road. He's on a pathway where he's building his network. He's building his community. And, we live in a world right now where we're so connected that there's a lot of noise involved. And I think a lot of people that if they can find people and individuals that are, doing something, like-minded individuals connecting together like a mastermind, and it's really one of those ideas that can expand and you can actually help each other out along the way, support each other just like you're doing. So it's amazing to me what is possible.
Oh yeah. We're always, I think in the field that we're in, we're constantly in our creative side of our mind, right?
Yeah.
Do you do anything to balance it out to get to that left side of your brain?
All the time. I have client work that I get involved in.
Okay.
So it's and I do marketing for companies, and I do project management, and I manage different things, and I've got I am an investor in some startups that are working. So I take I create for them. I do some work for them as well. So my life is kind of all over the map. And, I moved to Arizona to be with mom and dad. We lost dad on Father's Day this year.
Oh, I'm sorry.
In fact, I was up in Utah, and, up where the towers are, up on the mountain right there.
Right there in Layton, yeah.
Right there in Layton. I was up there on a photography shoot with my son. We were up there 4-wheeling and doing some, he had never been there. He drove up from Texas, and I ran down a hill. He had his 4-wheel up on a little mound, which was seen a little mountain. And I ran down it. I broke my hip.
Oh, geez.
I broke my hip. And it was right after my dad's service. He was Lindquist up there in South Weber.
Mm-hmm.
And so I ran down this little hill, broke my hip. And it's like, so load me up in the truck, over 20 miles up on the mountain. And it's a Friday night, 7:00 or so. And I'm just going, geez. So I went down, and he took me to the hospital. Said, yeah, I think it's broke. So x-rayed it. Yeah, it's broke. Well, we can't operate on it right now. We'll have to wait till tomorrow. So Saturday we did surgery, and they operated on me, bolted me together, sent me on my way. So Sunday he and I took off, and he drove me back to Arizona because I was there with, other family and mom and my sister. And so they also drove back. They had another rig, but it's like, okay, road to recovery, and they're all recovering from something, at some point in time. So
how's it feel right now?
Well, it's still not 100%, when I get up and down. I mean, it doesn't hurt right now. I mean, however, getting up and down, I'm back riding a bike. I'm, walking and moving around, but it's a slow process. I mean, it's not like
it's well when we get old, do we?
My body, I've busted it so many times.
I tore my bicep about a month ago.
Oh, that's painful. It's painful. Yeah. Well, LT, this has been a great conversation. I love the idea and the opportunity to connect with other people doing great work.
Me too.
And I love what you're doing. So keep doing it. And I look forward to another opportunity to connect and catch up and enjoy each other's conversations around live streaming and what it can bring to the table.
Yeah. And if anybody that was watching that does want to connect with me, I'm totally up for it. Collaborations, whatever you might have in mind.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, and remind us again, recoveringaddict.org.
Yep. Just Recovering Addict. It's a pretty simple term. It's well used around the world. And they just put a .org at the end of it, and you'll see our website. There's a form you can email me, but my phone number is right there, first page above the scroll. Shoot me a text.
Fantastic. I saw a post the other day. You'll find this funny. If you can text me, don't call me.
I'm kind of one of those people.
Yeah, I'm in that camp as well. So everyone, thank you so much for being here. I love the opportunity to connect and collaborate and help people out on their podcast, their broadcast, or their live stream. And also let you know that, you can always reach out. All of these episodes and the replays of these episodes are on russjohns.com. You can actually, like and subscribe to the podcast. You can go over on YouTube and like and subscribe to the podcast and the show. And also, if you ever want to connect with me and have a conversation, just bookruss.com and you can reach out and make that connection as well. So super simple, super easy. And as everyone knows, LT, kindness is cool.
Yes.
Smiles are free.
Definitely.
And you enjoy the day.
Thanks for letting me be here.
Take care. See you soon, everyone. Bye. Thank you for joining the Pirate Broadcast. If you found this content valuable, please like, comment, and share it across your social media channels. I would love the opportunity to help others grow in their business. The Pirate Syndicate is a platform where you show up, we produce the show. It's that easy. If you want to be seen, be heard, and be talked about, join the